Hey everybody, Dr. A here. So I just had dinner with my family and we had pizza for dinner because it's Saturday night and that's pretty much what we do because I don't cook on Saturdays. So anyway, eating pizza always makes me think about the basal ganglia. It's kind of gross, I know, but it does. And so I decided to take some of our leftovers and show you how the basal ganglia is related to some other structures in the cerebral cortex. So we're going to bring the camera around so that you can have my point of view. Don't judge me by my messy kitchen here, but all right. So when we are thinking about the basal ganglia, we start from the outside in. So I'm going to take some mushrooms, and these mushrooms are going to represent our insular cortex, right? So here would be like I'm sticking my fingers through the sylvian fissure and I'm hitting the insular cortex. So I've got the insular cortex here. Okay, and we could probably curve that a little bit like that. All right, so here's the insular cortex. Then the next thing that comes is the extreme capsule. So I'm going to use this strand of linguine here to represent the extreme capsule, right, because it's white. And then you should know that after the extreme capsule, we have the claustrum, right? And that's that little gray thing that nobody really knows what it does. So we'll use some mushrooms to talk about the claustrum again. Okay, so there's the claustrum. Then we have another white matter structure, and that's going to be the external capsule. So here is the external capsule. And then we've got our slice of pizza, which really is sort of our two main pieces of our basal ganglia, right? And remember, we've talked in lab about how the putamen is the crust of the pizza. And you can see this is actually my daughter Anna's slice of leftover pizza. She didn't want to eat the crust either, and she left some cheesy goodness. So we've got the putamen as the crust of the pizza, and then the cheesy goodness is going to be our globus pallidus. And if we wanted to get really specific, we could probably say this sort of more burnt part here would be the globus pallidus external segment, and this part would be the globus pallidus internal segment. Now, after we have the globus pallidus and the putamen, which together make up the lenticular nucleus, right? Remember that I would give up Lent. I would give up pizza for Lent if I was a really good Catholic. So here is the lenticular nucleus, is the globus pallidus and the putamen. And now here I've created the internal capsule. And I'm making the internal capsule into kind of this boomerang shape. Right, so here is the internal capsule, okay? And now I need to find something to be our thalamus. So I'm gonna take this leftover piece of garlic bread, okay? And here's gonna be my thalamus. And then I need something else up here. And let's see, let's take a garlic knot. All right, we might need two of those. Two garlic knots. This is gonna be the caudate nucleus, right? And now the caudate nucleus, together with the putamen, is called the striatum. That's because they've got little bridges going across. So here's going to be the striatum, right? So striatum, and this is, I'll be honest, this is the crust that I didn't eat. So here's the striatum, okay, caudate nucleus plus putamen, striatum. And then I don't really have, gotta wash my hands here, I don't really have anything to show you the ventricles, but you could see how this would be, these would be my lateral ventricles, and then my third ventricle would be here, and my thalamus is just lateral to the third ventricle, and my caudate nucleus is just lateral to the lateral ventricles. All right, well, I hope that helps you get a better visual sense of what the cortex is like and the relationship of the basal ganglia and the thalamus to the other structures in the cortex. Happy eating.